Hey, what's up, team? So welcome to today's daily sprint. Thanks for letting me in your hearts, heads, and homes. So today we're talking about setting actionable goals and getting a few other senses involved and appealing to our sense of identity to make sure that those goals come true for us and for our clients. So what do I mean by actionable goals? So we run a small group, and a lot of times we'll have to do action items, and people will say, I'm going to work out 4 times next week. Okay, that is actionable. It's saying I am going to work out. So step one for it to be actionable is it has to be something that you can actually physically do. Like saying I'm going to make $1 million today. There's a lot of things outside of your direct control or influence that can determine or not determine whether you're going to do that. But assuming, you don't get crazy sick or something, anyone can work out 4 times. All right. So that is actionable. So the next thing would be to say the where you're going to do that. So I am going to work out in my basement 4 days next week. Now what's happening there is you're telling your brain, because you have an identity of being an honest person. If you're listening to this, you're probably a pretty honest person. So not only are you saying hey, I'm going to work out 4 times, you're also saying where. So that's 2 promises that you're giving yourself versus just 1. And then the third would be to incorporate time. So this is from James Clear, some of the works of James Clear. Now, if you're saying, I'm going to work out 4 times next week in my garage at 7 a.m. So now you've now set a 3rd promise. So now that's 3 pieces of evidence that you've put in your brain to go and do this task. So you can use the same thing with your clients or with budgeting. So you can say, hey, we're going to eat out only twice next week instead of 4 times. Okay, so you can say instead, we're going to eat out twice next week, and we're going to eat at home at 6 o'clock and have whatever in the refrigerator, be specific. So that's going to be, again, 3 things that you'll tell yourself, and your brain will respond a lot different than just being more ambiguous. So again, actionable goals, things that you directly control, like I'm going to save $25 a week by not eating out 3 times a week or whatever it is. So actionable that you have direct control over, and then include the time that you're going to produce that action, and then the place that you are going to produce that action. So again, these are kind of how these routines are fit into our brain and how we see long-term results, because again, they reinforce our identity of being an honest person. So if we're telling ourselves 3 things that are honest, then we're more likely to take that serious in our subconscious. Thanks for tuning in. Would love to hear any tips that you have as far as forming healthy habits.